A second mouth confessed her crime. In 1841, an illustrated book of strange tales appeared in late Edo, Japan. It was called Ehon Hyaku Monogatari, the picture book of 100 stories, though it contained 44 uncanny entries. One of them was Futakuchi-onna, the two-mouthed woman. The source presents what follows as a tale from Shimosa in what is now Chiba Prefecture. It is not documented history, and the old text gives none of its people personal names. What it gives instead is a house, a hidden act of cruelty, and a wound that refuses to stay silent. A widower in Shimosa lived with the daughter his first wife had left behind. In time, he married again. The new wife entered a household already marked by absence. Another woman's room, another woman's child, another life begun before hers. Later, the second wife had a daughter of her own. From that moment, the two girls were treated as if they belonged to different worlds. Her own child received warmth, attention, and a full bowl. The older girl received only the knowledge that every kindness could be withheld. The printed tale does not soften the distinction. The stepmother loved the child she had borne and hated the child she had not. The cruelty narrowed to the simplest need: food. At the family meal, the younger daughter ate. The stepdaughter waited. A lid closed over the rice jar. A bowl remained empty. Day after day, the woman gave the girl too little, then nothing at all. No demon had entered the house. No spell compelled her hand. The horror in the first half of this story is entirely human. Hunger weakened the child until she could no longer rise to ask for what was being denied. At last, the stepdaughter died. The woman had wanted the child erased from her household. For a while, it seemed that silence had granted her wish. In the Buddhist calendar of mourning, the 49th day marks a final passage after death. The tale waits for that day. The house continued its ordinary motions. Water was drawn. Rice was measured. Wood had to be cut for the fire. But an empty place now remained where the older girl had been. Whether the husband understood how she had died, the source does not say. Whether the stepmother felt guilt, it does not say either. The old story leaves those questions closed because it is about to make the body answer them. On or around the 49th day, the husband stood outside splitting firewood. His wife passed behind him just as he raised the axe for another stroke. The blade came back and struck the rear of her head. It was an accident. She survived, but the wound would not heal. Days passed and its edges changed. The split flesh drew itself into the shape of human lips. A piece of bone showed like teeth. Soft tissue moved like a tongue. Beneath the woman's long black hair, a second mouth had formed. The tale does not transform her into a monster all at once. It leaves her human face untouched and places the evidence where she cannot face it. At a fixed time, the mouth began to hurt. The pain grew until food was placed inside it. Then and only then, it eased. The woman who had denied a child one bowl of rice now carried a hunger she could never ignore. She could hide the opening beneath her hair, but she could not starve it into silence. Takehara Shunsensai's famous illustration makes the image stranger still. Strands of her hair curl like living hands and lift food toward the rear mouth. That serpent-like feeding belongs most clearly to the picture. The written account centers on the wound, the pain, and the demand to be fed. Then the mouth spoke. Its voice did not offer a riddle or threaten a stranger. It returned to the dead girl. Again and again, it voiced the woman's wrongdoing and regret. The stepchild had been killed because of her mistaken cruelty. The confession came from behind her, from the one place she could neither look at directly nor command to be still. Everyone else could hear what she had tried to keep within the walls of the house. In the logic of the tale, the child's hunger had become the stepmother's hunger, and the truth she refused to speak with her own lips had found another mouth. That is where the 1841 entry leaves Futakuchi-onna, not as a creature stalking travelers, but as a punishment that has taken visible form. Later folklore and popular retellings often join her to a different story: the mysterious bride who claims she never eats while secretly consuming rice through a mouth beneath her hair. This telling has not combined those plots. Its source is the shorter, harsher account in Ehon Hyaku Monogatari, a literary supernatural tale framed as coming from Shimosa, shaped like a warning about abuse inside a family. The precise weather, lamplight, silences, and movements used to carry us through the house are creative connective narration. The starvation, 49-day interval, axe wound, feeding pain, and speaking mouth come from the old account. A child was denied food until she vanished. 49 days later, the house was given a mouth that would remember her. That is the terror of Futakuchi-onna. The body can become a witness when every human witness is silent. If you want more old stories told slowly and in full, Subscribe to Nightfall Tales and return after nightfall.